Have the wonderful John Thuet here, and I'm actually just going to turn the time right over to John, kind of explain who he is, what his company is. And John, also, if you want to kind of talk about how your company has responded to the whole coronavirus as well, that would be wonderful.
Sure. So yeah, my name's John Thuet. I own my own advertising agency called Thuet Consulting. I do digital advertising for clients across multiple industries. That includes Google ads, Bing ads, Facebook ads, pretty much any digital ad platform, email drip campaigns and things like that. So that's kind of where I focus, again, across multiple industries, dentists, lawyers, e-commerce, you name it. I've had years of experience. I'm about 9 years in the industry now and recently gone off on my own to enjoy those benefits, being able to work one-on-one with my clients. How have I responded to the coronavirus? For me, it hasn't affected me. I kind of balanced out, actually. So some of my clients have had to pause, some of my dental clients, because obviously closing the doors for a bit until they can open back up. But other industries, especially e-commerce and a few others, they do really well during this time, right? So, lost some, gained some from a workload standpoint. It's been interesting. So I've been able to weather the storm up to this point pretty good. But obviously, I'm looking forward to things getting back to normal. Being the marketing arm of a lot of companies, that allows me to help them grow and help them focus on, how to evolve with this new change. Because obviously, the market's a little bit different now. How businesses need to market is a little bit different. So I've had to evolve and adapt, and it's interesting, but it's been working out so far, and I'm excited for the future and helping companies get back on their feet.
I love that. What are some tips as an expert in your specific field that you give to your clients and even potential clients?
Great question. One of the most important things for businesses right now, and they should have already done it. If you haven't, get on it. Getting your Google My Business listing up to date. Let your customers know if you're still open. Some of them just kind of assume you're closed, and you may still be needing clients and being able to work with them. I have an attorney, for example. His doors are wide open, and he can do everything remotely, and so he's make sure to keep that's up to date. That his hours on Google are showing that he's still working and still good, and correlating with that, put a little notice on your website. It's usually pretty easy to put a little banner at the top of your site, get a little COVID-19 notice, and tell your clients how it's affecting you. If your hours are changed, if you still are able to work with them, or if you're taking any precautions, things like that. Those are two things you can do really easy, and I'd recommend every company do that. And then, of course, with your marketing, whether you can increase right now, it might be good for you to do that, or decrease your marketing spend, or sometimes some clients pause altogether for the moment because it just doesn't make sense to advertise for new clients if you can't take them on. But just analyzing that strategy, and that's important for every company to kind of figure out what's the best fit for them. So
I love that. It's so simple, but it helps so much. I know when I'm going around and I'm like, oh, is this still open, to see that has been so helpful for me as I try to help continue to stimulate this lovely economy.
yeah, a
So
big one for, sorry to cut you off there. A big
no,
one for,
please.
so I have some clients where, for example, one of my dental clients, his doors are closed, but his marketing hasn't stopped from, it's diminished, but we've pulled back, and now we're only advertising for emergency cases, right? So, with your business right now, you may not be full throttle with your marketing, but you still might need to be doing some to not completely fall off, the space. So you can make sure that when this is all over, you can bounce back relatively quickly. So
I love that. I have found that the companies who are keeping that momentum going, whatever that looks like, I feel like they're going to bounce back so much easier than those who are just kind of like, well, we'll just wait this out. So
yeah.
I think that's really good advice. Is there any opportunities that you've found during this time that you're like, okay, well, I wasn't utilizing this prior to this, but I think we'll continue to utilize this going forward?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I already work remote with my clients, so there wasn't too much of a shift from that front, just because it's the nature of digital advertising. I can do all my work on my computer and work with my clients through Zoom calls or regular calls. And I guess the only thing changed there is I don't fly out and visit with my clients as I normally would. But the major shift for me, again, I kind of touched on it earlier, is how we market, right? We have to be more sensitive about certain topics or certain things than we used to be. And so, and as we're coming out of this, and our messaging will change, right? And so that's kind of what's shifted the most, is just how to adapt with the current situation and coming out of it, and how we're going to position each one of my clients and what's best for them. And so those are the constant conversations I'm having. Again, just making sure we can adapt and grow both our messaging point of view as well as how they sell it or how they work. Because a lot of people, I mean, in some industries, there's going to be a new reality, right? They may not be able to, be face to face. They may have to shift to a more virtual aspect moving forward. We don't know yet, right, with how the situation is. So being able to adapt, being able to change not only their marketing, but how they run their businesses, and then make sure their clients know that, and so they can continue to be successful, has kind of been the biggest change in how it's affected my strategies and how I work with my clients going forward. But we roll with the punches, and we're going to come back bigger and better and stronger. And it's fun for me to work with my clients through that process as they navigate the growth.
I love that. Is there any? No, I really love that, actually. And what a huge privilege for you that you're able to be kind of like a helpmeet for other companies at this time. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I guess in closing, is there any advice that you can think of that we haven't really covered that you'd like to share with the audience?
I think we covered it pretty good. Just if you are confused about your marketing setup and what you should be doing, I'm happy to help guide you through that. So just give me a call. I do free evaluations, free audits. So I'm happy to take a look at what you were doing and suggest what you should be doing. Maybe go forward to find some success and hopefully get back on your feet. So
awesome. I love it. Well, thank you so much for your time, John. This is
okay.
really valuable information. I appreciate it.
Of course, happy to help.